Hey, Celtics Nation. We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. You know, sometimes in the NBA, a player makes a move that seems perfect on paper. The fit looks flawless, the team is elite, the city is buzzing, and everything just feels right. But then reality kicks in. The locker room vibe isn't what you expected. Your role changes. Your joy fades. And suddenly, you're questioning the whole thing. And that, my friends, seems to be exactly what's happening with Jrue Holiday in Boston. Yeah, you heard that right. Jrue Holiday says he regrets coming to the Celtics. Now, let that sink in for a second. We're talking about a guy who was supposed to be the final piece. The calm, veteran leader. The defensive menace. The guy who could anchor this team emotionally and physically in a deep playoff run. Boston went all in. They shipped out fan favorites. They reshaped their core. And when they landed Jrue, the reaction was almost universal. This team is going to be a problem. And for a while, it looked like they were. But what if I told you that behind the scenes, Jrue hasn't felt like himself? That beneath the surface of all the success, there's been a quiet tension building? Because now we've got a major twist in the story, and it starts with regret. Let's rewind just a bit. Last summer, the NBA world was set on fire when Damian Lillard was traded to Milwaukee. That move pushed Jrue Holiday into trade rumors instantly. Within days, he was flipped to Boston in a blockbuster deal. And it looked like a perfect fit. I mean, we're talking about a defensive savant with championship pedigree joining a team with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, and Derek White. It was a dream backcourt. Deep, experienced, versatile. But sometimes, dreams turn into pressure. And that pressure, it can turn into resentment. Now, sources close to Jrue, and I mean very close, have started leaking that Holiday isn't happy in Boston. In fact, the man himself reportedly said he's starting to regret the move. That's not just frustration. That's not just needing time to adapt. That's a serious statement from a guy who doesn't usually speak out of turn. Jrue Holiday has always been known as one of the most composed, professional, team-first guys in the league. He's not a drama starter. So when someone like that admits regret, it means something. So what's really going on here? Let's talk about his role. In Milwaukee, Holiday was the steady hand. Sure, Giannis was the star, but Jrue had the ball in his hand a lot. He was trusted. He was respected. He was a closer at times. In New Orleans before that, he was the heart and soul of the team. But in Boston, he's become a role player. A high-level role player, no doubt, but a role player nonetheless. The offense doesn't run through him. The pecking order is clear. It's Tatum and Brown first, then maybe Porzingis, and then maybe Holiday. He's been asked to sacrifice. And yeah, that's part of chasing a title. But how much sacrifice is too much? When does it stop being about team and start feeling like you're disappearing? Let's look at the numbers. Jrue's usage rate in Boston has dropped to its lowest level since his rookie season. Think about that. He's touching the ball less, shooting less, and being asked to be more of a spot-up shooter and defensive anchor than a true playmaker. That's a big adjustment, especially for a guy who still has a lot left in the tank. And on top of that, there's the emotional side of it. The connection with the city. The chemistry with teammates. The trust with the coaching staff. And according to reports, Jrue just doesn't feel the same in Boston. There's something missing. Maybe it's the culture. Maybe it's the cold fit. Maybe it's the constant scrutiny from fans and media. But whatever it is, it's wearing on him. And we've seen it on the court. Sure, the Celtics are winning. But Jrue's body language? It changed. He's not celebrating the same way. He's not leading huddles. He's quieter, more reserved, almost disconnected. And when a player like Jrue, a guy who thrives on connection, trust, and rhythm, starts to feel out of place, that can snowball quickly. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. It's worth asking, did Boston get the idea of Jrue Holiday, the name, the resume, the defense, without fully understanding the person? Because while he'll always give you effort, always show up on time, and always defend like hell. Drew is still human. He needs to feel valued. He needs to feel like he belongs. And that brings us back to the regret. Now, let me be clear, Drew hasn't officially asked out. There's no trade request yet. But regret doesn't just vanish. Once it creeps in, it lingers. And if the Celtics flame out early in the playoffs? If Drew feels like this experiment didn't bring him joy, or peace, or purpose, then don't be surprised if he starts looking elsewhere. Maybe back to the West Coast. Maybe closer to home. Maybe to a team that lets him be himself again. And honestly, I don't blame him. Because in the NBA, fit is everything. Talent isn't enough. Stats aren't enough. You need to feel like you're in the right place. And if Drew Holiday is saying he regrets coming to Boston, if he's truly unhappy, then that's not just a player problem. That's a team problem, a front office problem, a culture problem. And Boston better wake up, because they might have the best record in the league, but if one of their core guys is already mentally checking out, then this title run might not end the way they hope. So what happens now? Do the Celtics adjust his role? Do they have a real conversation with him? Not about XS and OS, but about who he is and what he needs? Or do they ride this out and risk losing him entirely? Because let me tell you something. If they lose Drew Holiday's heart, they lose more than just defense and experience. They lose a soul. And that, my friends, could be the real cost of chasing a championship the wrong way. Let me know what you think. Should Boston have done more to integrate Drew properly? Is this regret something they can fix? Or is this just the first crack in the foundation of what looked like a title team? Because in the end, winning isn't just about numbers. It's about belief, connection, trust. And if that's broken, even just a little, everything can fall apart. Fast. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.